Hey everyone, it's Kato, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about time traveling. I get asked so much in my streams, what is time traveling? Why do you do it? How do I do it? Are there any consequences to time traveling? So I'm going to go over as much as I can about time traveling in this video, so let's just get right into it. First things first, what is time traveling? Well, Animal Crossing is a real-time game, meaning it's synced to a real-time clock, so whatever day it is, where you are, whatever time of day it is, that is what the game is going to be synced to. So if you have your Switch set to your exact date and time, then it's going to show up as that exact date and time in your game. So what people will do, including me, is we will go into our Switch clock settings and change it to our preferred date and time for whatever different reason we are deciding to do that. So this leads me into the second biggest question is, how do you time travel? So I'm going to show you guys right now how I do it. First thing I like to do, and there are different ways of doing this. This is just my preferred method. It is what has become a habit for me. I think there are other faster ways of doing this, but I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do. So I like to go in and save my game first, just so I know whatever progress I've made, that is going to be saved. And then I wait for it to say at the bottom that it has finished saving. So then I open up my home screen here and I go down to System Settings. And you scroll all the way down to System and you're going to see where it says Date and Time. So the biggest thing with this is you're going to want to make sure that synchronized clock via the internet is turned off. If it's not turned off, it will continue to sync with your Wi-Fi and it will not work. So then you go to Date and Time, and here is where you can edit. Say I wanted to go forward a day, I'm just going to click forward to day 13. You can also edit what time of day it is. If you want to have it in the morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is, you can select that here. So I'm going to go with 10:18 in the morning. I'm going to hit OK. Go back to my home screen, and then this is where I'm going to hit X and close out of my game completely, and then reopen Animal Crossing like I was opening the game for the first time that day. So now this is going to load up the game, thinking that it's March 13th at 10:18 in the morning. Alright, so the next question I want to answer is, why do I time travel? People have varying opinions on time traveling and whether it's considered cheating or whatnot. My opinion on that is, however you want to play the game is how you want to play the game. My favorite thing in Animal Crossing is designing. So if that's what I like to do, then the process of moving things and designing is such a long process, and I just prefer speeding that up. So that's what I like doing, and that is why I time travel. So obviously I have time traveled to spring, and that goes along with designing for me. I wanted to be able to design a spring and summer island, so I wanted to go ahead and move to that time period so I could see what it was going to look like in that season and get started with that. Moving buildings, adding inclines, adding bridges. I just like to be able to do as much as I can in one day, especially in one stream. If I need to move things around, I will do that. You can obviously time travel for other reasons, whether that's kicking out villagers, or say you want to farm certain NPCs and what they do, specifically Red. If you want to get art from him, that's another benefit to time traveling. There's a bunch of different reasons to do it. I feel like it is totally the player's choice on what they want to do. Yeah, I would love to hear it. If you guys time travel, let me know down in the comments below your opinions on it. I totally respect people who don't do it, but that's just why I do it. So let's get into the next thing, which is, does time traveling have consequences? So for me personally, the benefits of time traveling vastly outweigh the consequences of time traveling. So the few consequences that there are, number one, if you time travel out of the current week that you're in, so if you go past Saturday to the next Sunday, or if you time travel backwards when you have turnips, they will spoil, so keep that in mind. If you are participating in the stock market that week, do not time travel until you have sold your turnips, or at least only time travel up until the Saturday of that same week that you're in. If you time travel for an extended period, so say you time travel a month out, 2 months out, something like that, your villagers will question where you've been, why you haven't talked to them in a while. There is a chance that they will have a thought bubble and want to leave, but they will not leave until you tell them it's okay. So even if I time traveled 10 years from now, my villagers would still be there. They will not leave without me saying yes. The third consequence, and I think this can be viewed as a consequence or a perk depending on what you're trying to do, but your flowers and weeds will continue to spread and grow. And if you're time traveling a lot or extended periods, it can get out of control, so keep that in mind. You will have some cleanup to do. However, this can be a benefit if you are wanting to duplicate certain flowers. Say you have some hybrids that you want a lot of, you're trying to make a garden out of them. This is a way to breed more of those flowers just by duplicating them. So sometimes I like time traveling because I do get more flowers. If you have flowers that you don't want to spread, you can either place transparent patterns down around them, or you can place the flowers on the beach and they will not spread when they're on the beach. Weeds on the beach will spread, so just keep that in mind. And the last consequence is you will have roaches in your house, and if you time travel an extended period of time, you will wake up with your hair messed up, but that quickly goes away. It just automatically returns to normal. And the roaches in your house, you can just run to every room and stomp on them and it will get rid of them. So those are the consequences. Again, for me, the benefits of time traveling vastly outweigh the consequences, so it's still worth it for me to do it, but I just wanted to throw those in there so you guys know what can happen if you do decide to time travel. Alright, so now that I've gone through what time traveling is, the consequences of time traveling, I also just wanted to throw out a couple of things to keep in mind if you are planning on time traveling. So if you are time traveling to specifically move in a villager, say you go to someone else's island and you get a villager from their island and you're just eager for your villager to be moved in, be sure that you time travel one day at a time until they are completely moved in, completely out of boxes. There is a glitch in the game that if you time travel multiple days in advance after getting a villager to say they are moving in, it can glitch into the previous villager's home that was on your island. It won't be the home that they're supposed to be in, so keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is the items in Nook's Cranny will not refresh unless you time travel outside of the current week. So that means, say I'm on a Tuesday, I purchased some items out of Nook's Cranny, and then I time travel to the next day, and then I want to go back to Tuesday. It will be the same items that were there previously. So it will show that they are sold if I purchased them, and if I didn't buy them, it will just be the same items that were there. So you have to time travel out of the current week for it to refresh the stock in Nook's Cranny. As far as the NPCs go, they will show up on the same day if you stay within the current week. So if you have Red show up on a Wednesday and then you continue time traveling within that week, and then you go back to Wednesday, he will still be there and he will have new items in his ship. So this is a way that people will farm getting the artwork is they will just purchase it, time travel to the next day, time travel back, Red will be there again, and you can continue getting artwork from him that way. But if you time travel out of the current week, he will no longer be there on that specific day, so you'll have to find him again. And that goes for any of the NPCs. Unlike the NPCs, the campsite villagers will not continue to show up on the same day. So you really can't farm campsite villagers. They show up at different times at random. So keep that in mind. If it's a campsite villager that you want, you need to go ahead and get them before you time travel, just so you don't miss out on them. If you happen to be time traveling for shooting stars to get the star fragments, make sure that you time travel to the next day and collect your star fragments before you time travel back to the date that had the shooting stars, because you need to get those star fragments before you can earn more star fragments, if that makes sense. Something else that I get asked a lot is, if you time travel backwards, will you lose the progress that you made? And the answer to that is no, you will not. The only things that happens if you time travel backwards is the consequences that I mentioned earlier, so just keep that in mind. And lastly, you can always time travel backward to participate in any events that you may have missed, and you can time travel forward to events that have been unlocked and participate in those. But as we saw for Toy Day, Nintendo decided to lock that event, so we weren't able to time travel forward to do it. But you can keep that in mind, so if there is an event that you missed, just know that you can always go back to that event. So that's what I have as far as time traveling goes. When I first started playing the game, I did not time travel. I started making YouTube videos and immediately started time traveling. I wonder if I didn't do content creation, if I would be time traveling as much, but because I do it all the time, and I don't really see a problem with it. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about time traveling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!